Lessons for facing hard times. Those nights when it's 2 a.m. and you laying in bed staring at her ceiling and demanding an apology from your future, asking, how can you be strong enough to deal with another day? So if this is something that is in line with your own story, take comfort in knowing you are not by yourself. It happens to each of us. Moments when everything feels impossible. These are the moments where we all look for that silver lining or North Star to keep us going. So today, I decided to share with you some Stoic lessons that might really help to turn those dark days into opportunity. They branded that as having true strength, being as simple as the ability to rein in your reactions. Stoics teach us that in their world, that is out of control, and we feel pretty powerless. Tranquility is as simple as narrowing our attention to things we can control. Oh, and one more thing. If this is your first time here, or if you haven't already, bust out the bell rights. Come say hey in the Hatch community, live now. On the first advice given by Stoics on how to get a handle on tough phases of life is that of being present. They claim that it is essential for strength and resilience to be fixated in the present. They believe that one should spend their time and energy in enhancing things within their reach, and that would provide them with a more content and satisfying life. By centering our thoughts on today and on what is within our control, we are cultivating a mindset that helps us to confront and react to problems instead when we are preoccupied worrying about yesterday of what tomorrow brings, or that which is beyond our reach. They tell you, stay here, things are happening here. However, mostly they advise us to focus on making decisions with our unlocked energy and let everything else outside of our control wash away like spring water down the streets. Being aware helps us view any situation with a steady mind and gives us that resistance to fight back in life and solve any kind of problem. Door crashes open here, and we can be utterly at peace with ourselves and get the determination towards facing and solving any problem at its face. Rather than being caught in the tides of what might be or what we did, we embrace the current conditions and become resourceful in our approach to solving problems that we face. This is like an archer who has his target in focus, finding his aim every moment of the way. Taking that broader, more wholesome view allows us to see the tiny part of what the current moment contains that is within our control. This leaves us alert, allowing us to overcome barriers, see what is positive, even in the tough and increasing force of resilience to the adversities. Be grateful. The Stoic advice is to practice gratitude, even when things are difficult and the day is full of obstacles. Gratitude, as Stoic philosophy tells us, is one of the most powerful ways to reframe our perspective and build resilience. They realize that on all things good or evil, a grateful mind can now place worth and meaning. Gratitude allows us to find benefit in our adversities, whereas instead of always wanting more or always falling into the trap of negativity, we ought to learn how to take whatever is put in front of us with both arms outstretched and be grateful for it, good or bad. Expiring moments enhance our joy in life and automatically contribute to our satisfaction against the nagging dissatisfaction. Indeed, even the most difficult situations offer opportunities for growth and learning, and gratitude during tough times can provide a gateway into this truth. The Stoics, however, would have us not be flattened by pain and challenge, but rather use them as fertilizer for something good in each episode. So that is why when we practice gratitude during these times, by doing so, we are National Geographic, narrating our fate such that we may overcome with grace. Challenge is always an invitation for challenge. Nurture inner strength. Well, here is your chance to build your inner strength. Inner strength, Stoicism claims, is a psychological concept related to one's will to live, and is agile in its manifestation, requiring the mind, resolve, and courage. It was the Stoics of ancient Greek philosophy who said, real greatness is found in further developing courage and fortitude to meet a challenge head-on. Inner strength to them is not just acting strong, but having a latent power of resistance within us. And so we experience adversity with equanimity and righteous indignation. One such pillar of this inner strength is mental resilience. The ability to develop mindsets which look at challenges as opportunity for growth, self-control, and equanimity. the ability to remain calm and collected even if you have lost everything, were what Stoicism intended one would master to live a virtuous life. Learning how to deal with one's mental health by push past on both good days and bad days, not to forget the bigger picture of improving oneself even in the hardest times. Have patience. One of the virtues in Stoic philosophy, the virtue of patience, it reminds us that sometimes we simply have to be patient, knowing and appreciating the order of time. On a period which our surrounding is so fast and impulsive in nature, the Stoics teach the value of patience. Patience is more than just waiting alone. It is a capacity to accept or choosing to adapt in the face of time and events. It shows up as the ability to comprehend things take years to materialize. Stoic patience prepares one for achieving internal peace, despite any setbacks or difficulties. With all determination and peace, we keep on waiting and observing life as the flowing entity. It's just that we realize every one thing demands its own time and pace and meaning in life. It trains time to move faster. Then it teaches their host a manner of feeling time through the experience of now, by letting now have a home in one's heart, and learns how to feel time through desiring the now. All is done and balance is restored, and you accept that things require time and work, and that we should not base our concern on what is not in our control. The power of knowing what is in our control. Instead, their path is paved with hard work and wise, Stoic principles on how to handle life. They describe one of their key takeaways, the concept of know where to look and the sphere of influence. An external reality, but response remains a choice for us, or so they say. The Stoics believed that true wisdom and happiness depended on understanding what could be improved in ourselves and what could not be changed. Would you recall this famous saying with a Stoic philosopher? He penned, "God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." Some people understand what they can control, some others and do not, which kills our effort. Internal Ju. It involves things we have some sense of internal control over, i.e. our thoughts, emotions, values, and actions. It is up to us to choose how we react during these tough and challenging times. All of us have our limits, and the time comes where we have to give up because there are external factors that are beyond our control. Weather conditions, or other people's behavior, and even fate. The truth in learning this is absolute, in that it relieves us from the draining activity of hacking away at something that cannot be changed and getting mad about it, but allows us to adjust to it and act accordingly. Stoic lesson, learning from adversity. And a crucial lesson taught by Stoic philosophy is to gain from adversities. Stoics believed in the idea that a challenge is an opportunity to grow and to develop character. Challenges help us to be mature and to live life with all the ups and downs. Life is not a calm river that flows without disturbance, but rather a rough sea full of unpredictable storm. But it is not a challenge to make us feel small and weak, but rather an opportunity to make us strong. The Stoics teach that by challenging ourselves, we can become more than we think is possible for us. When you come at things with a stoical disposition, every adversity is a lesson in personal growth. Tackling them head-on with both grace and grit toughens us up from the inside out and hence builds better resilience within us, culminating in self-mastery eventually. They are not difficult in and of themselves. The only thing that makes problems are the harsh teachers they tend to be, that reveal our weaknesses, confront our fears, and push us to overcome them. Moreover, adversity also instructs through gratitude, as it is in being in the bad place, catastrophe, in life, which makes us appreciate moments of peace or happiness. It is in going through the rough that you find the worth of the little wins and plain victory. Action. Such daily experiences, such wisdom, nourish the souls even in hardship. As per Stoicism, challenges point to personal transitions challenges. Do not be afraid of negativity, just take it full on and grow. Aim for wisdom and knowledge. Stoic philosophy. The lifelong pursuit of wisdom and knowledge. They say education is the key to happiness. We give it its due weight in us, be knowing how to read it, both with respect to itself and with respect to what we could know about our place in it. Buzard and Lutz 3-4. Stoicism tells us to examine our own minds, understand our lusts and longings, and examine our attitudes and opinions. Through self-awareness and self-discovery, we can pinpoint our weaknesses and focus on our strengths as people, while striving to be better every single day. We stress lifelong learning. For the Stoics, knowledge stops at no point, but it expands further and further in the scope of self-improvement beyond towards infinity. Because we are always in search for new information, it gives us new skills, which in turn makes us adaptive for changes, process. More than this, the pursuit of enlightenment gives us tremendous courage and guts to face the life. Understanding the natural laws as well as the impermanence of everything else, dealing with change become easier, enabling us evolve when life is challenging. Cultivate care. And for the end of the conversation today, let's talk about compassion. The Stoics had believed in a Stoic way of grounding the deep connection between human by stressing on care and kindness to one. Pain is shared between them, and there is congruence to their experience of such things. True to life, they are sympathetic. 5. Developing compassion, therefore, makes us more conscious of the global network of emotions that tie us to our fellow human beings. According to Stoicism, we are all cosmopolitan. We see beyond our own realities. In this way, we can feel what they feel, and walk a mile in their shoes, and know what they have to accommodate in life. To have meaningful relationships or harmonious relationships, you need compassion and empathy. This creates a space where others can speak and are also able to do so freely, and spoken into existence. These Bellet or way of living virtues not only allow for us to produce enjoyable and well-balanced interactions, but these virtues also enhance communities and could even help create a constructive change from the well-simply being of others. This kind of kindness can be beneficial maritally for you. We are more socially connected and emotionally stable. Emotional intelligence, individuals, when we are kind towards others, or show empathy, which in return helps us better manage our emotions for psychological wellness and inner happiness. Virtually spoken, the Stoic lessons of life to an audience of hard times with texture, vigor, and majesty. So wisdom and determination leads life, how to go about in one's pending challenging situations. Simply by being in now, living by being grateful, gaining inner strength, remaining composed in adversities, attaining what we can control, receiving guidance through difficult times, listening what we have been through, seeking wisdom, not only knowledge, having compassion, humanity. Here are some of my favorite Stoic philosophy quotes that helps me stay strong and resilient. In closing, I hope you enjoyed accompanying me on this journey today and take something invaluable from Stoic philosophy. Life may be hard, but in these ideals, we have the power to awaken the best of ourselves, which will make us more resilient, peaceful, and mentally strong in tough times like. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell. Join us to build an inspiring community. Each move is another step closer to being stronger or wiser, which in time equals a more full and peaceful, safer life. Until then, stay safe, stay strong.